the quadrant rule for trigonometry. Okay, we can see two axes here. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis, and at the x-axis, that is where the angle will begins. So of course it starts at 0 and it goes anti-clockwise. It goes up to 90, 180 to 70, and then make a full turn to 360 degree. And because of that turn, so this will be first quadrant, and this will be the second quadrant, and third, of course, and this is the fourth quadrant. And let's relate with the angle. In the first quadrant, all the angle, or we can label as theta, must be less than 90 degree, and also somehow it is bigger than 0 degree. And this is have a special name for it. It also known as acute angle. Yeah, the angle which is less than 90 and bigger than 0 degree. And at second quadrant, it continues. This is where the angle is less than 180 degree, okay, and bigger than 90 degree. Right? And it has name. What is that? Remember? It called obtuse angle. Alright, and it continues now. Third quadrant, of course, the angle will be less than 270 degree and bigger than 180. And the last fourth quadrant, the angle where will be less than 360 degree and bigger than 270. Okay, so now this is where the angle will be located. Okay, so how does that impact with the trig? So we have sine, cos, and tangent. So sine, all the angle in the first quadrant. So let's focus in the first quadrant. First quadrant, this is where sine angle, okay, let's say sine angle, okay, I put sine theta, sine, cos theta, and tangent theta, all the angle will be positive. Okay, all the angle will be positive. Example, if we have sine 75, the answer definitely will be positive. If we have tangent 81, for example, all right, the answer will be positive. And also if we have cos 43, for example, so all of this will be positive. So the accurate value, that is another part of it, where we can get that from calculator, or we can get from a graph that will be discussed later. So this is where all the angle positive. In the second quadrant, this is where only sine will be positive. Okay, only sine will be positive. Cos and tangent will be negative. Okay, this is sine positive. Other than that will be negative. And third quadrant, this is where tangent angle will be positive. Okay, the cos and sine and cos will be negative. And the fourth quadrant, this is where only cos angle will be positive, and sine and tangent will be negative. Okay, here we can summarize. This is all angle positive, all sine, cos, tangent, and this is sine positive, and this is tangent, only tangent positive, and this is only cosine positive. So ASTC. So we can make acronym: add sugar to coffee. All right, add sugar to coffee. All right, so all angles, sine, tangent, and cosine. Okay, so we're going to practice with 3 questions on the top right here. Sine 130 degree, cos 240, and tangent 300 degree. Okay, sine 130 degree, where that will be located? So we know this is 0, 130 degree will be there in the second quadrant. Okay, this will be 130 degree. Okay, and we know add sugar to coffee. This angle lies at the second quadrant, and sine second quadrant will be positive. Okay, and when we find this angle, so we actually find the the reference angle for this. So 130 degree is equivalent to the angle here from 180. So this will be, what is the angle here? This will be 180 minus 130. This will be 50 degree. So therefore, sine 130 equal to sine positive sine 50 degree. Okay, for cos 240. So I'm going to use different color. 240. So we know the angle all the way up to here. It's not reached in the end at the end of the third quadrant because that will be 270. So this all together will be 240. And we know this part is 180. Therefore, 240, you minus with 180, you are going to get 60 here. The reference angle is 60 degree. Okay, this is the angle that we are looking for. And cos at the third quadrant, add sugar to coffee. This is where only tangent positive. So therefore, cos 240 will be equal to negative cos 60 degree. And how about tangent 300? Okay, tangent 300. So 300 will be all the way up to here. 300 degree. We know full turn 360. That makes this part is 60 degree. Add sugar to coffee. And this is where only cos will be positive. Therefore, it will be negative tangent 60 degree. Remember, we are looking for the reference angle. All right, when we calculate them, so we calculate the reference angle and also take into consideration about the quadrants. Either it will be positive or it will be negative. Okay?